Hello, welcome everyone, Major Geeks and Annie. Thank you for the welcome back, and I am indeed back. Sounds quite loud. I think I should lower that a little bit. More like this, maybe. This better? Can you guys hear me? Hey Duvel, welcome as well. So let's see, I have to get something real quick. How have you all been? Done anything fun in my absence? Yeah, I kinda had planned this music to be for the 5-minute countdown. It was playing, but then I saw that it wasn't actually like being streamed, so yeah, it's a bit awkward. I wanted to have the quiet songs for the rest of the stream. But yeah, I guess we're just gonna switch to the scene that what we're gonna do today, because I'm gonna be photo editing. Is this? Can you guys even read this really? I think you can. Yeah, it's fine. So I have been to Iceland and I have taken a shit ton of photos, and they need to be edited because I shoot in RAW. And I figured that would be a pretty good activity to do on the stream after returning from Iceland, and I can at least like talk about it and show the stuff that you see. And yeah, it should be just an interesting thing, I think. But yeah, so let's get started. I guess this is at the Keflavik airport. Just gonna start editing now. Hey, gentlemen, welcome. How are you doing? And thank you for joining the stream for the first time. Although, wait, you joined the stream, but you're already a subscriber as well? What the hell? Oh, you probably got gifted it or something, right? Well, welcome either way. Yeah, I was on vacation for the past little bit 2 weeks, not quite, but something like that. And I have a lot of photos, and oh my god, he is alive! Yes, Mr. Vidros, I am alive. Also, welcome, Mr. Vidros. You're working out, gotta keep your girlish figure. Nice. Yeah, no Roller Coaster Tycoon today, or even Pokemon. We're gonna continue with Explorers of Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky, probably Monday. But for this first stream, where I want to talk about what I've been up to and all that, I want to do something that I can just talk through, because you know, Mystery Dungeon is a lot of story, and it's not very suitable to talk through with my own stories, basically. But yes, how have you all been? Done anything fun? Okay, so I am editing my photos in HDR, and it shows up as HDR on my screen, but it's not gonna be HDR for you guys, because you can't stream to Twitch in HDR, unfortunately. Oh wait, I'm gonna slightly increase the music, because this is, most of the songs are gonna be quieter. You were up finding a girlfriend. I was not finding a girlfriend. I was trying to find the Northern Lights, actually. And I found them. Yes, it was very nice. So I went to Iceland for 10 days. The first 7 days was with a tour group, Dutch tour group, very tightly knit tour group even. But I want to extend my stay a bit, and so I actually stayed 3 days longer. And yeah, we have been through some pretty crazy shit, I think. The snow can be a little bit more white, maybe. Let's try and maybe actually pull this down a little bit instead of up. It's gonna be very chill stream, probably. You enjoy vacation pictures. Nice. You have been to an Iceland airport, really? Keflavik airport, probably? The one where this thing is? Were you like just stopping by on your way to the United States, perhaps? This is a little bit bright. It's like a bit more like so. Yeah, that's better. How many hours of daylight do they get this time of year? So the day I arrived was, I think, about 7.5 hours. No, more like 7 hours. And the day I left was more like 8.5 hours, something like that, of the sun actually being up. So if you also count twilight, it's even more. Yeah. Ah, your trip to Washington, nice. Washington DC or the States? Yeah, this is still Keflavik Airport. Like, I have a stupid amount of photos. Look, you can see it in the bottom. This is... Yeah, I guess we can actually find out how many there are. You can just select the last one. And the very first one, it's not even sharp, this one. That doesn't matter. I'm gonna select the very first one, which is this one, and we have 2,055 photos. That is actually quite a few less than the last time I went to Iceland. Back then I took like 4,600 photos in 12 days. It was an insane trip. This time the weather wasn't as good, so I mean, the weather on this photo is fine, but very shortly after it stopped being fine. So yeah, and also of course shorter days, so I couldn't take as many photos, but it's still quite a few. It's gonna take me 20-30 hours at least to get through all this. You saw the Oval Office from the outside. Ah, sweet. Of course I'm not gonna go for every single photo, especially not right now. That's not gonna be possible. But I like to at least touch up the decent photos, and then later I can sort through them and give them some more attention. Is this something? Yeah, I guess real quick maybe. So yeah, I arrived actually an hour before the rest of the tour came, because I had my own flights booked, because I wanted to stay longer and all that. And so in the first hour I just sort of took some photos outside of the airport, which is, well, what you're looking at right now. Let's see, how does it actually translate to SDR? Decent enough, I guess. See these gray borders over here? These borders right here? Those are not actually gray. These are the color white as paint is, for example. Actually, I can probably... yeah. This is as white as this. You thought Iceland was green and Greenland was ice. It's not quite that simple. It is true that Greenland is mostly just ice, while Iceland has more green. But of course there is about, I think 13% of Iceland is covered in glaciers. Permanently. And then in winter of course it snows, and so more gets covered in snow as well. Whereas Greenland is just ice always. Pretty much only ice. Iceland is named after the British chain. No, it isn't. Greenland is USA according to Trump. Trump is completely insane. Also, no, not even he claims it is USA. He wants it to be USA, but it isn't yet. He wants to buy it, and if you want to buy it, it's not yet yours. When I look in the store and I see something I want to buy, I don't consider it already mine before paying. But he does want it, that's true. Now there's a lot of options you can also use here. Sometimes I use them, like say I want to have the blue be like a different shade, like okay, this is way too much, but like more like this. You could do that. I sometimes do that for like special photos, not for like this, whatever. This is a boring ass photo. I'm not even gonna bother with this one. I'm just gonna copy paste the settings onto these, see if they all fit, and then yeah, synchronize. You laugh about Greenland, by the way. How come? Guess we can straighten it up a little bit. Reset. It was already kind of straight. It's fine. Trump trying to buy it. Yeah, well, he's not gonna be able to buy it, but I worry that he might be able to acquire it in other ways, you know? But let's not talk about Trump, please. Trump is not a very fun topic to talk about. It's like, please no. Let's get a little bit brighter, maybe like so. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so maybe something also interesting. This thing over here in the corner, this is the histogram, and here you can basically see how many pixels in the picture of each brightness there are. And right in the middle we have the line between SDR and HDR. So you can see there's a big red spike over here, which means there is a certain area of the picture that is mostly red. And that's correct, because we have this red block over here. There's also a green spike overlapping with the red, because there is some yellow as well. Mostly this area. And of course there's a lot of bright blue, which is the sky. There's a similarly programmed to Lightroom that is free. Yes, there are, but they're not as good, and especially not since HDR is a thing. You guys can't see the HDR, but there are some pictures, and we'll probably find them just by going through them, where the difference between HDR and SDR is super apparent even to you guys. Yeah, look at this one for example. This is in SDR. The entire sky is blown out, and you can fix it a little bit, but it's not gonna look very great. But if you try it like this, boom! Suddenly there's stuff to see. It's much more vivid, and like details and colors in the bright areas just appear. Max, try to talk about you. That's interesting. Sure, Mr. Vidros, what have you been up to? Have you done anything fun in the past while? Like this. I always set my photos to rating 2 when I've already edited them like simply, but I've not yet decided whether I want to do anything else with them. Yeah, this is taken from the bus, so there's a lot of motion blur in the foreground. Probably gonna not do much with them. Maybe actually, if I just crop it a little bit, maybe 16 by 9. Yeah, I can get rid of the motion blur just by cropping it away. Yeah, this could work maybe. Not maybe the most interesting picture though, but it's still kind of blurred though. Whatever. It doesn't help that the bus had, what's it called, like tinted windows, making everything even darker than it would normally be. It's very annoying. I'm not really sure why they do that. I guess in the summer it might be nice to not have you know, as much sunlight against you. But yeah, you know, I don't know. Angle, no, not angle. I just want to rotate the thing. Just like so, maybe. Yeah, that's all right, I guess. This one's just blurry. This one just. This one's not even blurry. It's just boring. I'm not gonna do this one. Not in the past, but future. We've made an appointment for singing the grounds. Oh, sign. Okay. I was gonna say, like, what the hell are you talking about? But signing the grounds of the new housing. Nice. Okay, this is shot from the hand. That's not gonna be very good, probably. Let's get the white balance a bit better. That's still decent. That's still decent. I can work with this, I think. So yeah, this was the first day. As you can see, the sky is no longer happy and blue. It's now grey and snowy. And this is a small, not actually that small, but it's one of Iceland's bigger cities, I suppose. Still a small city. Hveragerði, I think it was called. Sharpening. Now I wanna denoise it a little bit. Maybe so. Adobe nowadays has AI powered denoising, which is actually really good. But for this picture, I don't think I'm gonna bother. It's not that important of a picture. Oh, and I have the same picture again. Well, let's just copy paste the settings. Yeah. It snowed in Dutchy to the northern parts. Yeah, I heard. Over here, it's not. There's no snow at all. Although it was gonna snow tonight, maybe around now actually. I don't see anything yet. We'll see. Yeah, not gonna bother with this. Next. Still too dark. But yeah, so we were told about the weather forecast, and someone asked about the whether we could see the northern lights, and the answer our tour guide gave was a very resounding no, which was like, oh man. The forecast was a lot of snow, snow and rain as well, depending on which part of Iceland you're in. It was basically gonna suck a lot. We even had to get up earlier quite a few times because we would have to be ahead of the bad weather. But yeah, that was all still to come. This was a nice little town. Also, yeah, I'm playing the Skyrim music because I think it's gonna be pretty like fitting here. It's supposed to be snow later tonight for you, but they said that the same last week, and that was maybe 3 inches. 3 inches is like 10 centimeters, right? Also, welcome, Carp. I don't think you were here yet. 3 inches or 10 centimeters, that would be an insane amount of snow in the Netherlands. That doesn't happen. 2.5, yeah, okay, but 3 inches times, okay, 7.5 centimeters then. Roughly. Yeah, 3 centimeters of snow would be instant chaos in the Netherlands. It has happened, of course, also more than that. But that's not a yearly thing, it's more like once every 5 years or so, maybe. Yeah. Iceland was very weird with snow. Like one day there would be like 10 centimeters of snow, then it would rain and all the snow melts or just vanishes, rains away. And then it snows again and the landscape is covered in snow again. Like it couldn't make up its mind. This is moved. This one is alright. That's too cold. Let's add a little bit of the warmth back. Maybe like this. Wait, did I actually turn on HDR for this one? I did, yes. Okay, good. There's one problem with editing in HDR. It looks a lot nicer on screens, but you can't print HDR because paper doesn't is not luminescent. So if I want to print this stuff, I will have to edit them again without HDR. Which one runs east-west, longitude or latitude is up-down, longitude is east-west. Either way, Netherlands isn't that far off from where I am at. I'd figure you'd have similar. Oh no, Carp, no. That's not how it works at all, sadly. Also, the Netherlands is no, latitude is how northern you are. But the Netherlands is more northern than pretty much all of the United States, right? I mean, I lived more northern than most of Canada even. At least most of populated Canada. So I don't know where in the US you live, but yeah. This is actually a pretty nice picture. Still the town of Veger. God damn it, I don't know the name of this fucking town. I'm gonna look it up real quick. The town is called Hveragerði. Yeah. I guess you have to look at the map. You're in New York, man, dude. If you're in New York, then you're at the height of Rome. The Gulf Stream keeps Europe totally warm. Upstate New, oh, the state of New York. Okay, that's a little different maybe, but you're still gonna be upstate New York. So, like, I'm gonna say at the height of Toronto, roughly. You are at 43, and Netherlands is, for Amsterdam, for example, is at 52. Yeah, no, we are much more northern. Hey, Banana, welcome. Do you call them steam dams? God damn it, not that dumbest joke. Alright, next picture. I'm just gonna copy paste this. Paste the settings. Also this one. And yeah, that's pretty nice. Upstate New York is the same latitude as Florence. Yes. It sounds weird to think of though. Like, you don't associate that with... When you think of Florence, you think of like warm tropical weather or whatever. Well, not tropical, but Mediterranean. And New York, you know, it can snow a lot in New York. A little bit brighter maybe. Yeah, that's nice. Oh, we have our first HDR picture. Oh hell yeah. Can I combine these? I don't think I need quite this amount. We could though. It's still sharp. Yeah, well, let's why the hell not. Let's combine all of these. Photo. Combine. Where is it? Photo merge HDR. Hell yeah. So now we're gonna combine these different exposures into one picture with a wider gamut of exposure, so to say. Merge. Now I will mark these as yellow, if I remember how to do that. It's been a while. Yellow, there you go. And here comes our combined picture. Hell yeah. I don't want this one to be yellow though. None. Still, I need to adjust the brightness a little bit, because I want to also see some of the... Let's actually increase the exposure overall a bit. It's a bit shame of these the snow pieces that landed on the lens. They are a bit of a shame, but oh well. A little bit of clarity, a bit of texture. These can pop quite a bit. Like so, maybe. Maybe a little cooler temperature. That's too much. Maybe just 100 fewer. Yeah, that's better. Is HDR something that your camera needs to get good HDR pictures? So the snow things look good. So HDR just means high dynamic range, and you can achieve. It's a very confusing term, honestly, because it means several things at the same time, and in photography, those several things both apply, which, you know, is just stupid, really. So over here we have this picture, which is what exposure does this picture have? It doesn't say. Oh, here, 1.6 seconds of exposure. Then you have this picture, which is 1/3 of a second. This picture, which is 1/20th of a second, as well as this picture, which is 6 seconds. In this picture you can quite nicely see some detail in here. You can see the mountain in the background, you can see the trees over here. However, this is completely blown out. This is much too bright. In the darkest picture you can see the detail in the little lamps. You can even zoom in further. Zoom further, I said. You can see the texture on the wood and all that. So if you want to have both of that, you can actually push a single picture quite a bit, but only so much. However, if you combine these pictures together, you can get a picture that has all of it, basically. So here we still have the mountain over here and the trees. but at the same time you can still see some of the texture in the wood. So that's how you have HDR basically. That's the classical way of HDR. But nowadays you also have monitors that are HDR. And that's a completely different beast. That's what this button over here does. It basically allows the pixels to go brighter than what would traditionally be white. This gray border over here is the color white as web pages are, as white as paint is. Like the application paint, I mean, or notepad. Yet this is brighter. Because it just goes beyond, basically. And that's the other HDR. It's very confusing that there's two types, but yeah, such is life, I guess. This picture is boring. Yeah, I guess this is alright. Yeah, not really necessary, but whatever. It's a little dark though. Let's get a little bit more light in there. Also fix the horizon a bit. More like so, perhaps. No, that's too much. Let's try it again. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, this is the Thingvellir National Park. Part of the Golden Circle in Iceland. Looks a bit barren. Perhaps it looks better in summer. Well, Banan, Iceland is very barren. This place does look a little bit quote-unquote better, or at least more lively in summer, but not all that much, honestly. I've been here in summer as well. I've been playing the Stanley Parable Ultimate Edition and Lord of the Rings Return to Moria. I don't know that Lord of the Rings game, but I have played the Stanley Parable as well as the Ultimate Edition of the Stanley Parable, and that is a very fun game. I remember they added quite a bit of stuff in the Ultimate Edition, but I don't actually remember what actually. This looks weird. Why is the sky so weirdly blue? Sky needs to be... Ah, yeah, that's better. Sky needs to be just grey. As it was. Oh, there's a town over here or something. Okay, next. Wow, what a picture. I think we're just gonna copy paste these settings real quick. Okay, that does actually make it a bit better. Are there also animals in/on Iceland? There are. However, I did not see many. I don't know what's going on with them in the winter, but I hardly saw anything alive, honestly. I saw a few birds, as in maybe 2 or 3 dozen, and that's it. Nothing else. There are puffins, yes, they are there in the summer, not in the winter. There are actually quite a few birds in summer, lots of species. There are also Arctic foxes. Did you see any burger caves? I did not see burger caves. There are Arctic foxes, and that's actually the only mammal that naturally lives in/on Iceland. Let's up the exposure a little bit. There are 1 million or so sheep. And they are special Icelandic sheep, actually. They have, they don't have like curly wool, they have sleek wool, which is really weird to see when you're not used to it. Tragical, I think they should introduce some monkeys. Those are called Icelanders. Oh my god. There are no monkeys here, I can tell you. Except for the Icelandic people. They do have Icelandic horses, actually. Did you eat the rotten shark? No, because I already ate it last time and I did not like it very much. So I was gonna pass that one up for this time. I did buy fish jerky though, which is not that great either, honestly. I'm gonna paste some settings because all these pictures are roughly the same in exposure and settings, so we can just copy paste some stuff. Well, except the horizon, that does need to be fixed every single time. So this area is actually pretty interesting, this national park, because it is right on the border between the Eurasian and the North American continental plates. So yeah, let's see. I think the side that I am on right here is the Eurasian plate, and on the other side is the North American plate. However, I might be completely wrong and that it's the other way around. I don't really remember. But that's pretty cool to see. Like, you can walk through these caverns, these crevasses basically, and you know that the other side is you know, a different continental plate. That's pretty cool, I think. By the way, is the volume of the music okay? Or is it too loud? Or too soft maybe? Too quiet? Weather wasn't very great at this moment. It was kinda rainy. What's this? This moved. This blurry. Shitty. It's fine. Maybe a touch loud, but you wouldn't have noticed if you didn't ask. Okay. Depends on the song, you think. Maybe sometimes a bit loud, sometimes a bit too soft. Yeah. This track is indeed quite a bit loud. The others have been fine. Okay, then I'll just keep it as is probably, because most of the songs are not as loud as this one. It's kind of funny. Later this day we went to the geyser area. Fun fact, by the way, the word geyser, or geyser or whatever, is derived from the literal name of the geyser over here. Well, not over here, but where it was. Because that thing is called geyser. Okay, so yeah. Okay, yeah, we finally went actually walking in here. Someone's in view. It's annoying. Picture is blurry. Don't bother. This picture is also not entirely in focus, unfortunately, but you know, whatever. Yeah, it was raining quite a lot. Is it geyser or no? It's actually. Yeah, I'll type it like that. And it's the one that the entire word or the entire phenomena is geyser, sure. That the entire phenomena is named after. However, geyser doesn't erupt anymore, sadly. Geyser. It broke down in around the year 2000. However, there are several other geysers there as well. And one that still works, every 10 minutes even, is called Strokker. I didn't take a picture of Strokker erupting because I already did so last time. They don't have any mechanics. No, they don't. Yeah, that's not a very interesting picture. Just seeing this, by the way, you should just hire a mechanic to fix it. You know, you can actually... They actually did something like that at some point. They drilled some sort of hole on the side of the geyser to lower the water level, and somehow that makes it go off again. However, at some point the hole got clogged with minerals, and they have cleaned it again at some point, but now it's probably clogged again, and so it doesn't work anymore. Maybe they should just do it again. Could work. Anyway, this is quite nice to see. Just seeing like a mountain like this in the distance with snow on it and all these textures with the lines and all that of snow. That's just really nice to see. You don't have that in the Netherlands anywhere. Our tallest quote-unquote mountain is a small hill with trees on it. Like, it's just depressing, really. And he used liquefy. Huh, what a sad story. Maybe he needs another partner. Thank you for the liquefy. Very liquefying. Stroker does have a partner. Well, there are several other smaller gazers as well, including one, and that's really cute. Little gazer, which just means little gazer. It's just, why would you make it like that? This is, there are people in the picture, I don't care. It's not a very interesting picture anyway. I guess I can do this one real quick. It finally stopped raining around the time I took this picture, which is, you know, nice. I don't like being rained on very much, especially when taking pictures. Because the camera doesn't like getting wet either. I don't want the camera to break. Even less so on the first day of a long trip where I want to take pictures, of course. Like if the camera breaks on the last day, that would suck a lot. But having it break on the first day that you can't make any pictures in the first place, man, that would be even worse. Okay, just expand it real quick. Yeah, nice. Actually, I think I'm gonna cut off this fence entirely. It doesn't really add anything to the picture. Yeah, that's better. Loves freezing cold conditions. Relishes swimming in frigid climate of around 14 degrees Fahrenheit. Wait, swimming in 14 degrees Fahrenheit is well below 0 in Celsius. What kind of... It has to be a saltwater fish then. What could it be? Maybe a Finian? I guess it could be a Finian. Not the Finian. Okay, can I have a hint then maybe? Oh, I took a panorama. Oh, okay. Well, first these couple pictures, I guess. It's not a fish. It's not a verb either. God damn it. It's not a fish. Okay. But it loves swimming. Wait, is it maybe... can I have the generation maybe? Moved. Sharp. Also sharp. Okay, so first one of these two. I guess this one. Gen 1? Really? Huh. Gonna quickly look at the thingy of Gen 1. A Pokemon that can swim but is not a fish and loves freezing cold. What could that be? Oh, it's gotta be Seal. Yeah. Also, welcome Marcel. How are you doing? Good evening. Well, thank you very much. How are you doing, Mr. Marcel? Yeah, we can crop it. Doing good. You had a fun afternoon watching speed skating. Yeah, I figured. I was staying over at my parents for, well, not the just the afternoon basically, and they also were watching it, especially my dad. Let's see, color label yellow, and now we have a nice panorama. So that's how you make a panorama basically. You just have a bunch of loose photos and you can just stitch them together into a single bigger photo. However, it is kind of tilted, so I will have to fix that a little bit. So maybe have to cut off a little bit because you don't want any of the non-photo parts to be on there. That's fine, I guess. Now start editing it a little bit. The sky could be a bit brighter. Let's darken the landscape a little bit. Yeah, it's actually quite a sharp. That's nice as well. Oh no, this photo is moved. Oh well. Doesn't matter that much. Can you guys actually even tell what I'm doing? Do you see the picture like actually change when I'm adjusting stuff? Because I can imagine the finer changes don't really come through the encoding. You see small changes. Okay, that's nice. I guess we can actually do a side-by-side of cycles between before and after views. Yeah, that's quite a big difference actually, right? Yeah, you can see that for sure. I just want a single view now. There we go. Massive difference, yeah. So, Marcel, you will know this place probably, but do you recognize it? I already said the name, but you weren't here yet when I did. You know, I'm gonna give you one view that will probably help quite a lot. This view. I think you will be able to figure out where this is by just this photo. You were there in summer, so it looked quite different. Yeah, that is true, but still I think... I don't know how well you remember it, of course, but you will probably recognize this. You don't recognize this? Oh, okay. It's Thingvellir. Maybe you entered at a different location? That's possible, I suppose. You don't recognize the name, you said. You spelled it something like Ping Vatler or something like that. Did you go to Iceland because you couldn't go to the moon? No, Banan. I went to Iceland because I really wanted to see the Northern Lights. And speaking of them, you know, fuck it. I'm gonna go all the way into day... I don't fucking remember. Late day. Oh, that's kind of funny. In Reykjavik, we actually went out to try and view the Northern Lights. And we did see this little green slither in the distance. Is that a big crack in the earth near Selfos? Exactly. We did see this thin sliver, but it was very faint. We couldn't really see it with our own eyes. But then, on my own, a day or what later, I did see the Northern Lights properly. And picture load, please. They were very nice to see. I'm not gonna edit these photos right now. But yeah, it was very cool to see. I didn't take the best pictures, unfortunately. These are not even focused, some of them at least. That's a real shame, but yeah, you know, what can you do? Do the lights speak with a northern British accent? They do not. They did not speak at all, honestly. They are beautiful. They are... It's so weird to see it in real life. The way it moves, it feels unnatural. It feels ethereal even. And you can definitely see the green color. People had always warned me, like, yeah, it's nothing like the pictures. The pictures are way brighter. You can barely see it. It looks like a cloud or whatever. Like, it looks like a cloud. Man, I don't know what the hell you saw, but this looked nothing like a cloud. Clouds don't dance around in the sky like that, and clouds are not green. Maybe they only saw weak northern lights or something. I don't know. Yeah, I've only seen it twice now, so it's difficult for me to really, to really compare it. But this was not no cloud. There's no way you could mistake this for a cloud. You really want to see it as well now? Well, I mean, you can. Okay, honestly, if you want to see just the Northern Lights, just go to Tromsø. It's closer by, and you have a much higher chance of seeing it there. It's like Northern Lights every single night there. And it's all shitty and icy and dead. It's kind of a shit place. Iceland is like nowhere else I've been. Yeah, exactly. I mean, maybe a little bit like Svalbard, but no. Iceland is quite different from Svalbard as well. I mean, those are the most similar of places I've been to, like compared to Iceland, but it's still massively different. Iceland is way prettier, by the way, than Svalbard. Or as I prefer calling it, Spitsbergen, or Longyearbyen even. A friend of mine has been to Iceland a few times. Her most recent was I think 2 or 3 years ago, and they got to see the lights. I was a little jealous when she showed me the pictures on her phone. Yeah, I can imagine. So, a little bit of history, I suppose. I've been to Iceland 4 years ago, 2 weeks. And I went out to try and see the Northern Lights every single night. But every night it was either cloudy, or partially cloudy, or just nothing at all. It was clear, but like there weren't any lights. One night it was actually very clear, and I put out my camera and it saw some of the Northern Lights, but it was very, very faint that day. And no matter how well I looked, you just couldn't see anything with the naked eye. So yeah, that was very disappointing to not have seen them in 2 weeks' time, when I've heard people who go like a week and yeah, I saw it every single day. But yeah, you know, just bad luck, I guess. And so I went to Svalbard in above Norway, and I had a non-stop snowstorm over there, so I didn't see it there either. And then during the geomagnetic storm, I went out to see it, and I couldn't see it really. The camera saw a little bit, but yeah, I couldn't really see much of anything really. So yeah, still no. And now I've finally seen it, so that's very nice. Even then, only in the last 2 days. Is it possible to go on to Iceland by boat? It probably is, yes. Based on what she said, I had to get the impression of time there also makes a big difference in seeing the lights or not. Well, yes and no, and also yes again. It needs to be dark, is basically it. In summer, especially in the middle of summer, it's just never going to be dark enough to see them. So yeah, if you want to see the Northern Lights, don't go in like June, July, May or August really. Those months are just, you won't be able to see it at all because there's just doesn't get night. As long as it's dark, you have a chance of seeing it. But even then, the sun needs to be active. It needs to be like expulsing a lot of solar winds, otherwise you won't see anything anyway. However, the sun has an 11-year cycle, and at one of the points in the cycle it's at its most active. And during that point you have the most chance of seeing the aurora. And that point happens to be now. Actually, half a year ago it started, and it's gonna be a few more months, and after that it's gonna calm down again. And then the chance is a little bit lower. Now it doesn't mean that you can't see it, because, you know, Northern Lights occur always, basically. But it's gonna be a slower, like a lower chance. So yeah, I actually went on as good of a moment as I could get, basically. This picture, yeah, I suppose it's nice. Synchronize that bullshit. There you go. Maybe a little bit more like so. We straighten the horizon a bit. But Banan, you really don't want to fly because of environmental reasons or fear of airplanes, maybe? Little house over there. I don't think I want to live there. Not just in this house. I don't think I want to live in/on Iceland. As beautiful of a country as it is, I don't think I would do very well with nights of 22 hours in winter. Like, mate, I need my sunlight. It would not reflect good on you for future historians to discover that you took the plane in your day. That's a really weird way of saying that. I'm guessing that's not literally what you mean. I get the environmental reasons, and I also don't fly very often. I prefer taking a train. But yeah, obviously there's not going to be any trains to Iceland. Actually, I do have to say, I like the actual act of flying. There's not even any trains on Iceland, exactly. I do like the literal act of flying, just seeing the stuff from the air and all that. I don't like the process of airports, so that's very annoying. And I also don't like how it's not exactly good for the Earth. People in the photo. Boring ass photo. I mean, there's a lot of ice on here. You know, I think I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit, because I want to show some of the nicer stuff as well. And there's a nice little waterfall over here. Yeah, let's edit this photo for no particular reason. A little bit brighter maybe. I actually fell on my way over to this waterfall. The path was slanted and covered in slippery ice, on wet slippery ice, which is the perfect combination for falling. Thankfully, I only fell straight onto my bum, as well onto my hand, which actually hurt quite a bit after for a while. But yeah, whatever. I live. And then fall again. This is another panorama. Let's put it together real quick. But yeah, I ended up buying Lightroom again. So you used to pay, I think it was 12 euros a month or so, for both Lightroom and Photoshop. And then they suddenly said, you know what would be fun? What if we increase the price by 50%? And so you have to pay 18 bucks, even more than that, for both of them. And I said, hell no, and I ended my subscription. However, now they also offer a subscription for only Lightroom, and I kinda never use Photoshop anyway. However, this subscription for only Lightroom is 14 euros a month. So I pay more for less. Like, man, what a good business model. Just make people pay more for less. Yeah, it's really, it sucks a lot. It's ridiculous, yes. But there is just, I don't really have much of a choice. This, especially since I've started doing stuff in HDR. Why not sail the high sea? I tried, but I can't find torrents of the latest versions of Lightroom. Especially not ones that I trust. Like, there are a few that are like the previous version, but that's already, you're not going to be able to open this in the previous version. And even those of the previous version are like brandos, and I don't trust that. The popular downloads are of a version of like a year ago. And the HDR editing wasn't even a thing back then. Look at the texture of this water falling. It's just weird. Also, you see like ice on the side over here. It's pretty cool. Also, all these blocks of ice on the side, they all fell down from this waterfall, just plop, plop, when it was raining harder. Not while I was there, of course, but just in general. That's pretty wild to think of, I think. Okay, I skipped a couple of pictures. Yeah, you know, we'll go back there in a moment. No, fuck it, I'm gonna go there right now. Why the hell not? Where did I leave off? Over here. I did something with this one, it says. I don't know what though. It's not a very interesting picture. I guess this one is nice. Hey Papa Neff, how are you doing? Hey gamer. If Lightroom was a one-time purchase, you might get it, but I don't really like the subscription model. It used to be a one-time purchase. Oh, that was so nice back in the day. Lightroom version 5. Technically I still have it, but Lightroom version 5 lacks so many features compared to this version. Like, I can't go back to that anymore. Like, even texture clarity dehaze, they didn't exist. Never mind HDR or like AI denoising. I use this stuff all the time. The Adobe Suite sucks. You're lucky your work pays for it. Oh man, that's very nice indeed. And you're doing well, but your wife is getting better from the flu. Oh, her ick. You got over the flu. Okay. Well, good to hear that she's getting better then, as well as you. Yeah, this is indeed what I've been doing the past little under 2 weeks. I was in Iceland. Oh, I forgot to actually mark the picture. There. And I decided that a stream of photo editing would be an interesting experiment. So far, I quite like it. I can tell my stories, I can read the chat, and I can still be productive at the same time. I don't know if it's very interesting for you guys. I hope so. But yeah, for me, this is so far a win-win. Oh, I love this song. Secunda, I think it is. The name appears fitting, yes. What do you mean? The name Iceland, because you see ice over here? Honestly, I think Iceland is only marginally more beautiful than the Netherlands. I strongly disagree. You know, I'm gonna look at some of the pictures that you have not yet seen. Where is it? At some point we were walking on a glacier, like this one. You had a friend who used to do color grading of old photos to turn them into color from... Oh, that's very nice. I'm gonna bring out this picture real good. Dehaze a little bit. Bring some more texture. Of course, we still have to rotate it a little bit. I think I'm gonna want some more yellow in this one. So we're gonna finally bring out the color mixer. Saturation of yellow a little bit higher. A little bit, just boost that sunlight a little bit. The blue maybe a little less, very little bit less blue. Okay, let's not do it too much though. You don't have to completely overwhelm it. Actually, this is already a bit too much. I'm gonna turn it down a notch. Yeah, that's pretty nice, I think. Anything is always just scratching the itch for you. Nice. Oh yeah, that's annoying though. I have some little bit of dirt on the sensor here and there, so I have to remove it every single picture where it shows up in the sky. But yeah, like, Banan, if you look at this, you think, yeah, that's like similar to the Netherlands. Mate, this place is fucking beautiful. What are you talking about? Netherlands doesn't have anything like this. Right, yeah, my screen is 4K, but the stream is 1080p, so I have to zoom into 2 times level to get the view, the full view, basically. You don't like snow? Okay, yeah, that figures then. Also, the before and after shots over here. I want... Yeah, this. That's quite a big difference between before and after, I think. It looks like melting ice cream sandwich. What the hell, man? Apart from nature, does Iceland also have romantical cities? Don't go to Iceland for the cities. Really don't. Reykjavik is... You know, I'm gonna just say it. Reykjavik is boring and ugly. Akureyri, the second largest city, you know, that's pretty nice, but it's very small. I mean, there's like 20,000 people living there or something. It's nothing. That does look nice. Yeah. Of course, most of the picture is gonna be snowy or at least wintry, because, you know, I went in winter. What do you expect? I do have summer pictures, but I can't get them real easily from here right now. I guess this picture it's still winter, but see, Banan, there's no snow on this one. I mean, a little bit over here, but whatever. You can just go to Iceland in the summer, then you won't have any snow. Yeah, I'm just gonna continue where it left off, honestly. I don't wanna go out of order too much, or I'll get confused as to what I have or haven't done yet. Just copy paste everything. Boom. Now you want more ice cream. Netherlands is too domesticated. There isn't enough real nature in the Netherlands. There basically isn't any real nature in the Netherlands. I guess the Wallen area is reasonably like natural still. You would love to have waterfalls like that. Man, I would just... Can we not cut out one of these mountains, just one, and plump them down somewhere? Just one would already make me happy. Wait a second, this is another panorama, I think. Yes, it is. I have to combine these. Photo merge, panorama. Usually I make my panoramas standing up, because then you basically get a bigger vertical resolution. But sometimes I don't do that for some reason. I don't even know why. Set rating, no stars, and set rating, which is color label yellow, and then we can do this one. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's already more interesting of a photo. It's the darkest, too dark though. A little bit more like this. Oh, no, we don't want to make it gray, we just want to have it... Yeah, that's fine. Iceland has so many waterfalls, it's just honestly unreal. I know, like in France, for example, if you visit a waterfall, it's like, oh man, there's a waterfall nearby. Holy shit, that's so cool. And you go there, and there's like a little hike you have to do. Like there's a parking lot, and then you have to hike through a forest, usually going downhill for like half an hour, and then le cascade, oui. And it's like a nice little waterfall, like maybe 5 meters tall or something. And yeah, nice, we saw the waterfall. Now we can go again. In Iceland, you just have waterfalls 50 meters tall without a fucking name on the side of the road. Like, no one gives a shit what this thing is called. It's just there. It's who cares? It's so bizarre to just have so many fucking waterfalls everywhere. Remove. Okay, we're gonna go. So, you know, fuck it. We're just gonna. Try and get rid of these people. Not the easiest job, because there is not something very much similar to them. Use generative AI. Can I just say like go? Yeah, good shot, but no thank you. Yeah, no. Okay, that doesn't really work, unfortunately. Brush off the entire object. Yeah, cool. Can I maybe... Looks flumpy as hell. It is flumpy as hell. No, no, cancel. You know, I'm just gonna undo a bunch of times. Undo. Okay, there we go. Now, I guess we have to say use generative AI. No. This one. Now, remove, and let's see what happens. Now that we have the generative AI turned on, maybe it will just actually do what I want. I don't use this very often. Okay, yes. Subtract. Remove. Yeah, that's decent, honestly. Okay, now let's get rid of these ones as well. Boom. Yay! And it's fixed by people who are annoying and in the way. Yay, I was here all on my own. See, and that's the power of Adobe stuff. That's what you pay for, I suppose. And yeah, here's even more people. I'm not gonna bother with that, we already have the picture. That is actually quite good, yes. I mean, you can remove them manually. Don't you want to remove the cars as well? Nah, they're not people. Whatever, it doesn't matter that much. You can remove them manually as well. You know what? Fuck it, why the hell not? I'm gonna remove these ones manually. But it is a lot of, you know, annoying, and it's just fucking, it's annoying really. Zoom in a little bit more. So this person is, we're gonna copy it from over there, I guess. First we're gonna get rid of half. Oh, I have to use this one. Okay, I have to do that again. Like they recently changed the way this removal tool works. The generative AI one is quite new. I'm gonna copy it from over here, I think. Actually, maybe this one's better. I need a bit of a feathered edge, actually. Let's try that again. Yeah, that's decent. Then we get rid of this dude over here. Maybe more like over this. Alright, yeah, he's behind a bush, of course. That does make it a bit more complicated. Maybe... It's not perfect, but, you know, it gets the job done, I think. It's not perfect remotely well, but they appear to be gone now. You can do it a bit better if you take more time, of course, but you know, I don't care much about this specific picture, so meh. Oh right, yeah, you can kind of see what the path looks like. It's all snowy and slippery. Fun. Okay, we have the waterfall. Gonna copy these settings over to these ones. You know, fun thing is, I'm not even done yet with the photos I took on my last summer vacation to the UK. I still have to finish those as well, but I'm already doing these now. Right, this is also pretty wild, just seeing these textures of the ice blocks on the ground. Instead of removing people in the edit, you could also go to uncharted territories. Yes, but also no, because that's actually very difficult to do. Wait, this is also a panorama. Oh, god damn it. Why did it take so many panoramas? Okay, yeah, merge them. And here you can see how far it is creating panorama, it says. Is that color label? Yellow. Yellow just means to me that I've already addressed the photo as it's part of a panorama or a HDR photo, so that I don't have to do anything else with it. I guess I could remove this person, but I don't care to right now. So we can continue on the other side, because we already did some stuff over here. What would you guys rather have me do? Just go through these photos as I've been doing so far, very slowly, or just like jump a bit through them basically and seeing more of different places as well? Instead of removing people, remove the nature, only leave the people. Yes, that would be one option as well, but I don't think that's an option I like a whole lot, really. I'm not gonna do much with this one, I think. Yeah, here I took more pictures from the bus. They never turn out well, but, you know, I try. Honestly, this one's not even bad. If we, like, me, and like, me. It's possible, I suppose. It cries sounds like a human speech, however it's impossible to tell what it's trying to say. Chatted? Not chatted. I recognize this Pokédex entry, but I don't remember what Pokemon belongs to, unfortunately. Any hints you can give me? Man, this picture is just ice and snow and white. What the hell? This is bizarre. Wasn't it a baby Pokemon? It might very well be, yeah. Other entries talk about it dancing a lot. Maybe Igglybuff? This is a weird picture. It's also a weird place, really. Just snow, ice, little bits of blue, green in there even. Which is actually what it looked like in real life as well. So that's accurate. Ah, right, so the next place was Gullfoss. I'm not really sure why I took this picture. Oh, maybe because the path is just entirely frozen and shitty. That might be it. Or maybe it was an accidental picture. Anyway, Gullfoss. Hell yeah, very nice waterfall. Gonna up the exposure a little bit. Oh, that's too much. Needs a lot of texture here, I think, to see it. It does have a baby form, but it's not a baby Pokemon. Maybe I don't know. Maybe Jigglypuff? No, I don't think Jigglypuff dances that much. Wait, Clefairy might be it, actually. Clefairies do moon dances, right? They do the little dance thingy. Here is the original entry. It seductively wiggles its hips as it walks. It can cause people to dance in unison with it. Seductively wiggles its hips. Alright then. No, that doesn't sound like a Clefairy, really. What the hell kind of weird ass Pokemon is this? I don't know, man. Any other hints you want to give away? Gen 1. Okay, Gen 1 seductively wiggles its hips and it has a baby Pokemon form. And there's not even that many baby Pokemon. No, don't tell me. No, it better not be fucking Jinx. Oh, no. Please don't be Jinx. It's gonna be Jinx, isn't it? It is Jinx. Oh my god, no, that's just wrong. Oh my, Jinx. Jinx up to the weird hijinks, I guess. Man, this does not want to get into the light for some reason. Look at these ice sculptures on the wall though, like that's a really weird shape. You know, I was wondering, when do you think they're gonna remaster Skyrim? Skyrim is old enough for a remaster, I think. Jinx monster, no, not that one, Banan. Jinx the Pokemon. Man, this was not want to go into the HDR range for some reason. Or barely anyway. Wasn't there a remaster 10 years ago? like an actual remake master, I guess. Is what I mean. Copy paste. Same kind of picture, same sort of settings should probably work. This is a good song though, Far Horizons. Heaven Rim. Yes, Heaven Rim indeed. Heaven Edge. Look, you can see a little bit of how big people are compared to the waterfall. They're small, very small. Okay, merge this shit into another panorama. You could even do an HDR panorama, which is even wilder. But we don't have HDR right here, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, this is for now gonna be a one-time thing, I will say. Monday we're just gonna continue with Mystery Dungeon. I didn't want to do Mystery Dungeon right now because I have shit to tell. Actually, yeah, I have shit to tell. I shouldn't be spending all my efforts on, or like all my time on only the first day. I want to tell about the other days as well. After this picture, we're gonna start scrolling through the other days because, you know, why not? Some dirt in the picture, unfortunately. Get rid of the dirt. Yeah, buy dirt. This is a beautiful waterfall though. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna speed up a little bit. So after this waterfall, we went to the geyser area that I talked about. And yeah, I don't have any pictures of it erupting, I think. But you can see it's a very weird geothermal area. Let's maybe, yeah, let's, why the hell not? Let's do this picture now. There's smoke, steam coming out of the ground. It smells like sulfur here. Not very strong, but especially when you're standing in the steam, you're gonna notice it. Also, Lightroom is being very slow right now. I guess it's loading the picture from the hard drive. It didn't expect me to go ahead, maybe. Also, it was snowing quite a lot, as you can see, against the shadow of the trees. Quite a lot of snow, really. Gonna darken the sky, the ground quite a bit. Maybe I'm actually gonna play around a little bit with the. I'm gonna head out. The weather is Wait, if the weather is cooperative in Daytona FL tomorrow, you'll see you on Monday. Ah, okay. Well, thank you for hanging out, Carp, and see you later. And hopefully the weather will indeed be nice. I'm gonna fuck around a little bit with the. Where is it? Not color grading. Ah, right, the calibration. By using the calibration, you can make the colors a little bit weird, like this. Gonna make it a little bit more red and a little bit more yellow, like this. Just a tad. That can always give some nice effects. It's not really what the option is meant for, but it adds some nice results usually. Anyway, here you can see the geyser. This is not actually the geyser called geyser. This thing is just a boiling pot of misery, really. Boiling pot of misery. If you go in here, you're gonna die really quickly. It's literally just boiling water. Don't go in here. It's weird to just have boiling water come out of the ground. But yeah, that's what happens here. You can also see these weird crusty ground junk. Make it a little bit nicer. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, now I can straighten the horizon a bit. Yeah, nice. This is yeah, it's just violently boiling, really. And then there's also this, if it will load. No, there's not this one. I did have a picture of Stroker erupting, I remember. I just don't. This is actually the geyser. This is the thing that used to erupt like 80 meters into the air, but it doesn't do so anymore. Now I remember. Wait, I think this might be it actually. Yeah, this is the geyser called Stroker, and it just erupted over here in a pretty small eruption at least. You can still see it only went like 5 meters into the air or whatever. And that's partially because, well, that's not partially because, but someone had thrown a fucking rock into it. Like, mate, what are you doing? Don't throw rocks into the geyser, please. This one. I'm gonna copy these settings over to this picture, and then hopefully that's gonna turn up nice. Yeah, that's already a bit better. Wow, you can even see the snow in the sky. Oh, that's a really cool effect. So many people just lining up to see this thing as well. Just endlessly standing there waiting for it to go off. Anyway, it finally became a little bit sunny in the afternoon. You could see some sunlight. Yeah, I'm gonna assemble this HDR picture, I think. That might be nice. Photo merge, HDR. If the window wants to show up, that is. I said photo merge HDR. Come on, window. There you are. I think streaming and photo editing at the same time is quite heavy on the computer, really. It doesn't seem to like it very much. Okay, set color label yellow. There's still some drops of water on the lens, it seems, but you know, whatever. Gonna boost the colors a bit. I was just happy to see the sun after the entire day of rain, honestly. Like, holy shit, you guys do have a sun in this place. No, don't fuck around. Lightroom, please. Maybe not the most interesting landscape picture, but yeah, just seeing the sun after all that time made me happy. I also took a picture the other way, I think. Oh yeah, you can finally see the mountains in the distance. The mountains that actually have real snow on them, not just a little bit of shitty snow. HDR, let's boost that brightness a bit. Due to the weather, we couldn't really see most of the far away mountains with the glaciers and all that. Which was a shame, because that is some of the real charm of Iceland. You can just look so far and there's nothing in the way. Except in our case, clouds, I guess. I even saw weird, what's it called? Iridescent clouds. Look, you can see the rainbow colors in the cloud here. It's I saw a better one near the end of my trip, actually. But it's just weird to see rainbow clouds. I'm gonna try this picture, maybe. First, let's get like this, maybe. Look at this. There's like rainbow colors in the cloud. That's so weird to see. I don't think those ever happened in the Netherlands, honestly. And meanwhile, the music of Whiterun is playing. That's really funny. Yeah, this is a beautiful cloud. Okay, let's see. The next day. What is this? This is the moon. Oh, that's quite a few stars, actually. He is getting slower and slower, unfortunately. Lightroom. Don't really know why. ISO 400, that's not too bad. Also, this is such a weird shape for a histogram. You don't typically see that. You can really tell it's a snowy picture, really. Lightroom is really getting slower and slower, and I'm not really sure why. Am I running out of memory? Is it finally happening? Am I also dropping frames? No, I have not dropped a single frame so far. It should probably go without saying, but Iceland is one of the major inspirations for Skyrim. I mean, fuck, the country even looks like it. Yeah, I'm not gonna do much of this right now, I think, because I also wanna talk about the other stuff. Yeah, we went onto this glacier, and yeah, it's just bizarre walking on a glacier covered in snow. They modeled Iceland out. No, the other way around, of course, Marcel. Jesus Christ. They modeled Skyrim after Iceland. Hello, Lightroom, can you please respond? Lightroom, work already! What are you doing? Yeah, this is not gonna work well. You can't believe Leif Erikson was inspired by Skyrim. Yeah, I know, right? It's pretty crazy. But why is Lightroom suddenly being such a shit, a turd? Doesn't want to work anymore. Oh right, yeah. This ice is so blue. It's bizarre seeing how blue the ice is in real life. I also ate some of the ice. It was super tasty. Very pure water. And yeah, just nice to eat, really. If I recall correctly, I have a few pictures, probably these ones. Yeah, this was wild. This is the Skogafoss waterfall, but it was so windy that the waterfall itself was being blown up, so that the water couldn't fall down. You can kind of see it here. Like, this water is falling, but it's just being blown back up. And our tour guide said he had never seen that happen before. And it was a sign of what weather was to come, because we had the worst Icelandic storm of, well, probably this year, and one of the worst in general. Because the entire country was code red at some point. And it's not fun to drive through that with like a bus. And so he told us after he arrived at the hotel that another bus that had left a little bit before us had actually been blown over by the wind. I'm pretty happy he didn't decide telling us that while we were still on the road. There was winds up to about 150 kilometers per hour in the mountains, which is, you know, fucking insane. What's this? Oh, right, this is a pretty good picture as well, honestly. One of the clearer moments of the journey. Picture is, yeah, reasonably sharp, honestly. This is obviously also taken from the bus. But this is taken through the front window, which was not tinted. Because that would be pretty insane to do, tinting the front window. Maybe like this. Interesting. These two don't actually match up. That's weird. That's not how it's supposed to be. Oh well. I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. Let's go to this picture, for example. Well, maybe not quite this one, but one where there's no people on it. I had to wait my turn to get to the front of the line, but at some point it was my turn. I didn't take no damn selfie. I don't care about selfies. I just took an actual photograph of the Skogafoss waterfall. Which is very double, because Foss already is waterfall, so I'm basically saying Skoga waterfall. I don't know what Skoga means though. Also, the moss was so dirty, it's like, I don't know, shit color almost. Used toilet paper color. It's a bit sad. It was in summer it's just nice green moss, and in winter you kind of expect it to just be frozen. But instead it was like this in between. It was just like slightly snowy and slightly mossy, and mostly just looking dirty and miserable. I'm gonna copy paste the settings, I think. Yeah, copy paste that shit. Maybe a little bit brighter. Maybe not. I want the waterfall itself to pop, but it won't for some reason. It's better, I guess. What's this? Wait, this is a night picture, or is this just underexposed? Okay, this is just underexposed. That's reasonable, I suppose. Let's see. What is this? Oh, right. So there's this this beach in Iceland called the Black Sand Beach, and well, that's probably not the actual Icelandic name, but that's the tourist name, so we're gonna go with that. And they have this sign over there with like 3 lights on it, like little warning siren lights. A green one, a yellow one, and a red one. Depending on the weather conditions, and especially the water conditions, one of these lights is gonna be turned on and the other ones aren't. And it says right there, if the light is green, the beach is relatively safe. This beach is very, very dangerous. If you go in the water, you're gonna die. But with the green light, as long as you don't literally go into the water, it should be fine. With the yellow light, when it's windy, you should be careful. There's like a zone next to the water where you should stay away from. If the light is red, the sign tells you, do not go beyond this sign. And the sign is like outside of the beach. The light was red when we were there, because it was windy as fucking fuck. And yet, all these people were there. To be fair, we were there as well. We also went beyond the sign, and our guide said that it should be fine as long as you know, stay away from the water. So I stayed quite a distance from the water. You could see a bit of, once the picture is done merging, we can show you. Let's see, set color label, yellow. Come on, yellow. There we go. You can see that there's a divide basically. Like here, the water, this part is literally still wet. This part has recently been wet, and up to here, this has not been wet. So I stayed in the not wet at all part of the sand. But some people, like this guy, and also some other people, like they walked right here, and the water just splashed onto them, tingling at their feet, trying to grab them to drag them into the sea and drown them. And I'm just thinking, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you do this? Do you want to die or something? This beach looks familiar. I mean, it is one of the most famous beaches in Iceland, so you've probably been there. This is in the south, near the town of Vik. Maybe slightly rotating like so. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, this is the Black Sand Beach. I don't know the real / Icelandic name of it, but the sea was really rough. Like, if you go in here, you're never gonna get out again. You're just gonna die there. And it's also this weird rock. You can already see it on this picture, but even better here. Just standing there, and I wonder how much longer is this rock gonna survive? Because at some point it's gonna get torn down by the angry sea, I imagine. As that tends to happen usually. That makes it just look worse. Gonna get rid of this though. We don't really need any more color. In fact, let's go completely black and white. Let's do black and white picture for this one, because there's just no color in this thing anyway. Black and white is quite tricky to get right, honestly. I want some texture in there, but it's... Black and white photography is quite a difficult beast. You can even choose, like over here, what colors do you want to represent, like be over / underrepresented in brightness. Not that it matters for this picture, because the fucking picture is already kind of black and white anyway. But usually quite a useful feature. I mean, I guess we can make blue. It doesn't even do anything. What the fuck? Okay, this blue does. Make it a bit darker. A little bit darker only. Gonna skip ahead a little bit again to maybe this. I don't know what this is from the top of my head. Once the picture loads. This appears that you have been taken from the bus as well. Okay, maybe not quite that picture then. What's this one? I've taken a lot of pictures from the bus and they don't usually turn out great. Yeah, no, not very interesting either. Ah, yeah, these ones should actually be real photos, I think. As in, like, from stationary location. Yeah, this was a lava field near the hotel. This is just a giant, endless lava field, now covered in snow, so it looks different. It's kind of funny. From what I remember, the south of Iceland was just endless areas of black sand in wastelands. Come on, fucking thing, don't lag so much. What are you doing? Is it so difficult to just work? Okay, there you go. Now it works. No, it's still laggy. I can't edit photos if it's laggy. Right. Endless amounts of black sand in like a desert sort of wasteland. And we didn't have any of that this time because it was all covered in snow. So now it was just endless voids of white. And like in some parts on the beaches, you had snow and the black sand underneath, and it's so bizarre because it does not mix at all. Like you expect if you have something white and you have something black, you know, maybe it will make something gray. No, it doesn't mix. It's just white and black dotted through each other. It's really strange to see. I think I'm not gonna stream for much longer actually, because the yeah, Lightroom is just lagging a lot, and I don't think you guys very much like this after all. I guess I can show some pictures of the without editing them actually. So the glacier lake, Jorkulsalon. Due to the weather, there wasn't really much to see. Let's see, where are they? There was also, it was just one piece of ice in the water, which is weird. It's still nice. Ice nice, but look at this giant glacier in the background. You can barely even see it. It was really depressing. Last time I'd been here to this location, it was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen in my life. And now, it was more like the most boring thing I've seen in my life. Okay, not quite that bad, of course, but it was bad weather sucks. Yeah, it does. This was the day the mega storm hit, basically. We really had to get out of here. Like, even random people in the shop warned us. Yo, you should go home now. This is not gonna be safe to the road. Leave, please. Random people, not even the shop owner, but just random people were warning each other now. And yeah, that night was extremely windy and wet and rainy and just sucky, honestly. I went out into the weather though. It was like I wanted to experience this bad weather for myself. And the next day we also had to get up early because yeah, the weather was going to be a little bit better around 7 AM or whatever. I don't remember exactly what time it was, but quite early. So we wanted to get to a safer location within that window of time. And once we did, we actually started hiking up to the one of the glaciers where Interstellar was filmed, which is this thing over there. But it was still storming quite badly. Not as bad as the worst bits, but you know, I nearly got blown over, which is funny. Let's see, anything else I can quickly go to? Yeah, all the rain had made all the snow melt, so there was no snow left anymore after that. Now you can see the green and the yellow, I guess, underneath all the snow. It looks better without the snow. I'm not sure, not much better, of course. But now maybe you should have a look at the pictures I took in the summer. I can't get them here easily, but I can send them to you if you want. Iceland in the summer is quite different from all the snowy pictures. Also, Banan, you would probably be interested in Icelandic mythology. Did you know, for example, they have not just one Santa Claus, they have 13 Santas. But you don't need to visit the moon now anymore because this is basically it. But now you don't know the half of it. This landscape is very Earth-like compared to some of the other landscapes they have in Iceland. Some of those landscapes, we couldn't visit that in here because it's in the winter, it's kind of inaccessible. But in summer you can go there. just looks like literally like the moon. It's pretty wild. But I still would like to visit the actual moon as well at some point. Not gonna happen, of course, but yeah, I would like to. Then there's this beautiful canyon. It was super snowy again because it just flip-flops. Yes, snow, no snow, yes, snow, no snow. Pretty insane. I'll edit the pictures on my own in my own time. I'm just gonna go through them real briefly, quickly now. Like the world's most heavy, slowest photo showcase thingy. It's kind of funny. There was this beautiful church in Vik as well. Quite small, but like almost all churches in Iceland are very small. There's like 3 bigger churches in Iceland, bigger than this. But it's got a really nice location, I think. Just atop a hill in an epic landscape. Oh, there's the blue thingy. It's gonna crash. Oh no, it's doing it. It does not like me going through the random pictures. It really doesn't want to do it. Well, I'm also streaming and playing music. Yeah, it's just crashing now. It won't. Oh, there's the picture. Yeah, and I can see a little bit more of the landscape. Oh, here you can see that effect with the black sand and the ice really not wanting to mix. It's just either black or white. There's nothing in between. I mean, I guess it makes some sense, because how the hell are you gonna mix sand and snow? But it's still weird to see. Anyway, after the... so I had a 7-day trip with a group. And after that I went on my own and took a small airplane to a northern city called Akureyri. Alright, this is the Reykjavik church. There was a light festival going on, so there's lots of fun little lamps on the church. You like churches, right, Banan? What do you think of the Reykjavik church? Do you like it? It is meant to resemble basalt columns. You don't have strong opinions on it. Alright. The church looks much better in pictures than in real life. Yeah, it does. I mean, from the front, from this angle, it looks pretty nice. But inside and from other angles, it's really boring. It was a true letdown. I didn't expect much to begin with, honestly. I didn't like it much. I like it now more than I did before ever going to Iceland. Reykjavik itself is just boring. Don't go to Reykjavik if you go to Iceland. Just skip it if possible. But yeah, I went to Akureyri. And there I saw the Northern Lights, like you've already seen that, I think. Where is this? Where is this? If the picture wants to load, that is. Oh, this is still Reykjavik. Oh, the very next picture is already in Akureyri, okay. You believe there's also a stave church in Iceland somewhere, be it merely a recreation. I think I'm probably more interested in those types of romantical small churches. What do you mean a stave church? I don't think I know what you mean there, the words. Some Aurora stuff was nice. Stave is wooden. Oh, there are several wooden churches, I think. Did you know, Banan, that there is actually a cathedral in Iceland? The moon. A cathedral, exactly. Yeah, there are cathedrals everywhere. Well, this one is pretty interesting because it's more like almost a self-appointed cathedral. I'm not exactly sure on the history anymore, but it's like in the middle of nowhere. Like for Icelandic terms, it's a pretty big church, but for normal cathedrals, it's very small. But yeah, you might be interested in like reading up on that or something. Moon. Wait, no, don't tell me the picture isn't sharp. Oh no, that would suck a lot. This is a nice picture. Yeah, I think the stream is nearing its end because Lightroom is just crashing more and more. It doesn't want to respond anymore. It does random shit. I want to show a few more pictures maybe. Because at the Godafoss waterfall, a rainbow formed and was so happy, like yippee, rainbow! A little bit of a rainbow anyway. The Mývatn lake was quite pretty as well. Best waterfall in Iceland. Well, I prefer the Fagrifoss, but this one is very nice as well. But Marcia, do you know why this thing is called Godafoss? It means waterfall of the gods. But why is it called waterfall of the gods? Because Godafoss all over the place. No. Iceland used to have paganism. So they imported the Nordic gods. But at some point Christianity was introduced. And they had a speaker of law, and he decided to introduce Christianity as the official religion, even though he himself was a pagan with the Nordic gods. So at some point when he decided to do this, he rejected his own gods, and he had all his icons, like wooden statues of his several gods, like Thor and whatever, and he tossed them away into this waterfall. And that's how it became the waterfall of the gods. Pretty wild story that you would do that, but yeah. Yeah, there's this weird area. Super stinky. Very strong sulfur smell. Interesting as fuck. Yeah, I figured that's something you would like. Religion makes people do silly things, yes. I think I'm gonna call it a day now. Yeah, my computer really doesn't seem to like it anymore. I don't know why it went so well initially, but just going through this, yeah, it doesn't want to work. It is what it is. Anyway, thank you very much for watching and for listening to me ramble about pictures and whatever. Yeah, like I said, Monday we'll be back with just normal schedule again. And yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you very much for watching, and let's see. Yeah, RevPoo is playing Pokemon. Guess we can rate them. Rate RevPoo. Why the hell not? Thanks for streaming. Yeah, thank you, of course, for you're welcome, and thank you for listening. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and see you later. Bye bye.